All right, we're here. Hello. Links posted out everywhere. We can get started. Turn my music down a little bit. All right, that should be a good balance. Alrighty. For now, we can use my phone to read chat when my tablet charges. Cool. That's there. Finishing this tonight? Yeah, I think so. All I have left on them is the non-metallic metal and the base, which is just going to be snow. The base probably won't get done tonight. We'll see. We'll see how much time it takes. But yeah, it's non-metallic metal, silver, and that's it. And then he's done. Super simple. Because there's a lot of him that is metal. Let's flip our palette around and get it prepped. But yeah, we'll see how adventurous a whole model of NMM is going to be. So I think it's doable. Maybe. Sort of. Hey, Nerf. Hey, Nerf. What's up, buddy? What's up, Flindo? How are you, man? Welcome back to another night of painting. Mall looks nice too. Thanks, man. We're slowly getting there. Let me zoom in for you because I'm just going to be doing tiny details all day today. Just getting in there and placing our highlights where we want. Prioritizing the big boy. With how this week's gonna go, basically Nastilla is gonna get done next Monday. It's also a much less of a model, so I can finish her ideally in a day, because this so far has been pretty quick. So Nastilla's gonna be next Monday. He's gonna get done today / tomorrow. Too much paint. Ooh, too much paint. He'll get done today or tomorrow, and then I can get the Phantasm on the table ready. Yeah, because I got to get ready for this weekend. I'm going up to Summer Slaughter to go get beat up by Riker and a bunch of other very good players. If I do run into Riker, it will be played against him because he will get matched into this list. Maybe he'll even go bowling with it. But yeah, Nostella's got enough paint on her for the event that I'm happy with. And then I just gotta get the Phantasm primed and base coated for the event. It's mostly like, it would probably be fine if I didn't even paint, like just got it a gray because it's so new. But it's more or less the, I have to have it like table ready. And to be table ready, it has to be built. And for it to be built, it means it needs to be like primed and parts and stuff and needs to be ready. Spoilers. My bad, my bad, my bad. Spoilers just for me. Dude, this already looks pretty cool. He is just metal and flesh, and this would have been way quicker too if I didn't choose NMM. If I just went like normal metallics and just base coated washed everything. This could have been done super quick. But I was like, nah, let's try it. But I think it was for the betterment. I think it looks good. On some of these surfaces, it's very hard to be like, oh yeah, the highlight should just be here. That is going to be one of my things I need to learn. It's like where to add the highlights. And that comes in time. Like actually doing this technique and like learning how volumes work and all that stuff. I pretend I don't own it. Yeah. That's why I've gotten to that point now, but it's like, it's also frustrating when like new stuff comes out and like you need it for the event. So you kind of have to make do with what you got. Got the new shiny tools. I got to use them in the event. Doesn't touch my battle foam until it's done. That would be the dream in the ideal situation here. Remember, I'm up to a point I can delay my painting or until they're painted up. Nice. That's good though. See, this spot's kind of in the shadows. We can do just a little bit less. just working our way up the model here. Start at the bottom, work our way up. Obviously, I'd want to play my Kith card the second I get them, but I can show self-control. I know, as soon as I get rules for them dudes, I'm like putting them on War Table and playing. That's for sure. I gotta learn how to play Hordes eventually. Some of this is going to be off camera, and I apologize. I swear I want to get 3 battle groups right away. Yeah, once we get some idea on the rules, it'll see like if that makes sense right away. It makes sense with like old Umbri. So. There are armies where it does make sense just to get 3 right away. Oh, sorry. Bless me. Oh yeah, I'm sure they have at least one, definitely one Beastcaster. If they're anything like the current ones, the character beasts are not like close to the generics anymore. Which I'm kind of fine with. The last one that was close was O-Line. I don't know if the Strix is, I don't know if I'd call the Strix close to like, the Starved is close, but the Strix is kind of far off, I think. So then we have these guys. The Starve does just look like a Primeval. $80 mil in the command box. That'd be wild. No, they have to wait till we do 80 mil Molg. Don't you? Come on now. I hope at like Nova they announce some of the 80 mils for OU. That'd be really cool to see. I know one of them is gonna be like a giant werewolf dude, I think. Because like from the box art, you could see him in the background. $80 mil. Who's their 80 mil in their command box? Kirsten, hello, hello. Oh, hello there. How is your Kirsten? Thirsting for the 80 mil? Yeah, I think everyone's going to be. Kirsten, you can tell Richard we're talking about Kithgard and how we're all going to own them. Am I going to see this fool on the board tomorrow? No, don't worry. I don't drop Hazaroth into Brine Bloods. I just keep dropping Marine. I can drop Hazaroth into it, but it's like a bad matchup for me. And like a not fun matchup for you. So it's not fun for anybody. His tired child didn't nap, so I couldn't nap. Sag. Yeah, I see. He just popped in as soon as you said he's chatting too. I saw him. Hello. Yeah, we're talking about Kithgard, Richard, and how we're all gonna own it. Before it was Cool Eyes. You're right, you're right. You are the influence that made me own Kithgard. It's your fault. Yeah, if anything, it's actually you're the reason I'm gonna own Kithgard. A lost chicken has appeared. He's not lost anymore, guys. We found him. This is looking pretty cool in its own little weird way. Oh, you're funny. I doubt they watch these streams. Ryan, what's up, nerd? You can hop in chat if you want, Ryan. You're more than welcome to. Don't mind me just painting non-metallic metals for the first time ever. No, I mean like voice chat, nerd. Hey man, they put you in P3 campaign. That's got to mean something. I'm not sure I will get it, depending on how Thornfall turns out. Once again, maybe the Colossal for Kithgard will be a giant chicken. Oh yeah, because you're getting the pigs coming. The pigs are coming back out. So yeah, that'll be a whole new army for you. He looks like a Yeti. Yep, Mr. Ice. Oh, no one wants to hear me. I mean, that's wrong. I like to hear you. But yeah, Flindo, you are right. That was really cool to be in that campaign. I'm not gonna lie. That was a cool little surprise. Yeah, Richard, you got company here, or an enemy of who is the bigger pig and troll fan. Flindo here is a big pig troll fan. Flindo, this is one of these are Flindo, Richard, and Kirsten are both some locals for us. Because everyone loves bacon. You're right. Bacon is pretty good. Also, I said it's not an army name when the pigs return. When Helga originally got her bike, they said they need to make a 3-person character unit. It's called Helga Angels. The salted pork. Ah. Zoom out a little bit because now we're getting into some bigger. There we go. Also, Ryan, I saw your thing. You don't understand NMM. Neither do I. That's why I'm trying to learn it, so I can understand it. It's a skill I would like to know. I just hope Pharaoh finally get their gargantuan. Apply if I have to. Oh, I definitely will. What a giant super targ, the gargantuan. It would be cool if they did like a gargantuan for Dark Ops, because they're like redoing the army and adding stuff to it. So if they do that for every army they go back to. They wouldn't have to do it with Infernals, though, because Infernals already has their 2 Colossals. So. But I would love to get, like, see the Merc's armies, like, get more fleshed out. Hasn't back to Firequill. How much do you have left on Firequill? And no, Cephalix has enough nice things. I mean, fair. They are getting lots of nice things lately. It's a little bit of a thicker line than I wanted. Now these large surfaces is where I don't know what I'm going to do fully here. Like I have a rough idea how this shape should be. We'll see how it does. Are these the new P3 paints? This paint in particular is not, but a lot of this guy is painted with the new P3 paints. This paint in particular it's called Graphite from AK. I just don't have a lot of the P3 grays, and I already had a lot of the Aren't you glad you didn't have to do NMM for your Gravediggers? Yes, but also, like, this isn't terrible. But, like, I don't know if it's turning out good or not, so... I like how this is turning out. But yeah, this on a whole army would be quite interesting. Makes it look realistic. Thanks, man. Yeah, I really like how this is like a new technique that I've been trying. It's like you underspray the whole model. You base coat it like all dark blue. And whatever the armor is, you spray on top. And then you just leave the shadows. Like his skin's not like actually blue, but like you leave the shadows so it kind of ties the whole model together. can't wait to get mine. I backed wave 2 and got all the things, including wave 1. Let's go, Vassal. What's up, man? I about have all of wave 1 now, and I backed all of wave 2. I am a big excited. Oh yeah, it's not that like I don't. They're not good grays. I just I needed them before I got the P3s, so I just went ahead and like bought all the grays from AK. So I just had their full line. Nice. But yeah, I do need a. That is next month, I guess. Yeah, whenever you're ready, man. How do I do this? Is the question here. You're definitely like this. Kind of connecting that up top. And then we just do like a big reflection down the middle. We kind of bring that out. We have a few of them. And we have this little piece at the end here. First, get a jar. Oh, gosh. Oh, no, not the jar. Not the jar. Gotta assemble this Phantasm and paint up Ab and Estella for Erica. How's everything going for you? It's good, man. Got my Estella and Abberation almost done. Well, Aberration's almost done. Just finishing up this, and then I have my Phantasm to paint this week and get ready to bring up to Summer Slaughter. That doesn't look good, but maybe because it's just not dark enough. It's just one big flat tone. I know, SpongeBob. I am young, but I'm not that young. First, Patrick, get a jar. What is Summer Slaughter? It's an event in New Jersey. I am gonna go to that one. I was able to get all my travel figured out for that. It is this weekend. it's put on by the guy who runs Bocor Brawl, so I wanted to go support that dude, because that dude, Seth, is a wonderful dude. $24. I am not 24. Hang on. I am older than that. I am old. Yeah, actually, I can show you Vassal. I have my reds for the Phantasm right here. That is, yeah. These are my reds for the Phantasm. So we'll start with Bad Brews, go to Scorn Red, go to Vermilion. That's my top. Cawdor Red was a consideration. It's just, it's too saturated for what I want, and this is a little bit more desaturated. But I will probably use this as a highlight in some regards. I thought about using Sanguine Shadow as a middle ground here, but like, man, that's just a lot of work. It's like, I don't want that many steps. I'm 24 plus 9. I think that's like 25. I think, if I did my math right. If that closed down, it'd be here. Then we have just a little bit down here. A little bit more connected right there. Yeah, I need to work on my swords for sure. Is all I'm learning from this, because this big surface area, I do not know how to apply the shades properly. It's okay, we got room to learn. Not just because it says Scorn. It's a cool paint. I'm excited to use it. It's basically gonna be like the main color of that, and then the Vermilion's gonna be on the highest area. Let me just work this. And we just give this a little ring around the rosy highlight. Touch the bolts. Hit this. Touch that. This. The upward facings on this guy. A little bit of edge highlighting. Yeah. I gotta figure out how my OU scheme for the base. I finished the Garlgast. The greens are so nice for the armor, but that's like, I have the opposite problem with Dusk right now. It's like, I know how to paint the Dusk Jacks and Beasts, or Jacks and like stuff, but I don't know how to transition that to the dudes. It's like a whole thing. I am excited to see what you come up with, though. Yeah, you'll be fully painted by Nova, right? Shacks are all armor. Yeah, that's the easiest part, the armor. Because that's the coolest part. Armor easy. The positioning of the Slayer's actions and other similar poses are torture. Why? Their poses are awesome. Are you saying it's because it's hard to get to the stuff behind it? See, the trick is I don't paint the things behind it. If I can't get to it and I can't see it and it's not a model that's like if it's not a leader, I do not care. Oh, I just flubbed that up big time. Oh, gosh. We're okay, though. Was able to correct my mistake. You can still kind of see it, but I caught it in time. Or if we're gonna have to paint, oh, you painted too. Oh, make people sad with the bearded veil. That's called being a pro gamer strategy. And the shadows are shadows. Yes, sir. That is the way right there. I'm a firm believer in that. And then we're going to do this line and then this line. And we'll do this line and this line. There's not really like a reasoning for my lines here. Like, I couldn't tell you why I'm doing this. I'm kind of just eyeballing it and going with what looks right and what feels right in the moment. And my lines are getting way too thick here, but it's okay. Are you gonna do the Phantasm and like that cool like Iron Man scheme you got going on? Because that is gonna be pretty sick when it's done. And here we just kind of scratch these out a little bit. Scratch these out a little bit. Bring them out a little bit more. I'm kind of blended with my mistake. Yep. Very cool. I can't wait to see that. And then we're going to do a little circle right here. Biggest takeaway. I don't have any like major takeaways aside from this. For me, it's just been very consistent on the wet palette. And then on the airbrush, it's been like just super smooth, like adhesion. So for me, it's just been like how smooth it applies. And how like simple it is to work with. I haven't tried glazing with it a lot. Glazing's still a new thing to me, so like I still have lots to learn with that technique. It's something I need to try more. But like honestly, my favorite thing is just like how simple, how like well the paint goes on. I don't do two brush blending. I don't do anything crazy. So for me, it's just like very easy to use, which I know is not the most great answer here. This is way too much paint on my brush. You have to thin them out, all out. I thin all of them because they're super pigmenty. I thin all of the P3 paints just a little bit with like a brush full of water because they are very pigment rich. Try it and let me know what you think. IDK if it's just me or something. Yeah, once I can pre-order that 2-player box tomorrow, because that's tomorrow, by the way. I'm going to be doing a lot of glazing and more NMM on them. So I'll get a lot of practice on them. Like all their cloaks and stuff, I'm gonna like learn to glaze on that. That's too much paint. So we'll see how that goes, obviously, for me. Cool, good to know. Thanks. Yeah, if you have any more questions about it, definitely hit me or Ryan up. He's been using it. He's had it longer than I have. And then Flindo has also been using it more than I have as well. But I can't speak for him. I can speak for Ryan. I love Ryan. Can't wait for the pre-order. Super excited. Yeah. Did you end up getting the brushes or anything extra on the order? Or like, did you get the cool metallics? Yeah, that looks good to me. I am a scrub. No, you're not, dude. Shut your mouth. Glad I didn't go for switching all my paints from droppers to the old paints. I've used them in the past, but never to this volume. Droppers are just better. I do love the droppers. Like, having them in a dropper also makes... and the droppers makes airbrushing a breeze. Yep, all in, including wave 1. I missed that. Yeah, nice. It's gonna be fun for sure. And then now we can do this little area right. You are not a mediocre painter, Ryan. You shut your mouth. You're a fantastic painter. I love your work, and I love seeing what you come up with. Light droppers for commission work, easy to catalog custom blends, preferably I'm old. Just been doing it a while, man. I've been doing it a long time too. I was painting when the pots were out, but like I was like, I wasn't a good enough painter to realize how good P3 was back in the day. So I just used everyone's normal Citadel paint. And then I think at the time I started messing with Vallejo, and I was like, oh, Vallejo's so nice. And like at the time they were. But that was before like Vallejo could be found in literally every store. And now I have problems getting like AK paints. Thankfully, my local store carries P3, so it makes it easy to get that in. I don't know what this music is, but it's a mood. So it's just this. I need to do this side of the arm, the back, and this little gauntlet thing. I need to do the chains too. Well, I dumped Citadel years ago, went to Scale Color, and it was amazing. It was good. Company is just awful. That's sad, but now we have good. Now we have a paint brand that we know comes from pretty sweet space. What time is it? I don't know what time it is. I should check my clock to see how far and how long this step has been taking me. I'm going for like an hour. Okay. So about an hour to get probably will take me an hour and 20 to get all the base sketching out, and then less time to finish this out. Which is not it's good quality, yes. No, I know what happened with the thing. I remember. Someone told me about it and I was like, "Oh, that's quite interesting." Okay. That's good. At least he can get you the bottles when you need them. That is like a good thing to have, like as like a fill-in. Yeah, I was surprised my local store got the rack of paints. Like I just showed up one day and there was like it was all there, and I was like, oh, the whole rack's here. Okay. And then that day I spent a fair amount of money. Yeah, yeah. Oh, these glow. Hang on, these are like the glowy bits. I just need to paint the little outsides. Papa needs his paint. Yeah, I've never been a fan of Papa John's pizza. My go-to pizza was Pizza Hut, because they always had stuffed crust. And then Domino's finally stepped up their game, got stuffed crust, and the Domino's stuffed crust is pretty good. Not gonna lie. Little Caesars pretzel stuffed crust though is still probably up there for me, and I know that's like Little Caesars, you're crazy, but like pretzel stuffed crust kind of rocks. Valid. Yeah. See? Pretzels are one of my little like probably one of my favorite foods. Them and hash browns. So I'm probably a little biased, but for like good reason. Closer to real pizza, but not real pizza. You're right. That comes from Cincinnati. Or no, it comes from Connecticut. That's what it is. Yeah, real pizza comes from Connecticut. I know that because I have a good friend in Connecticut. Vox is looking good, big dog. Thanks, man. How are you? Been a minute. We've been gaming. I've been trying to message you to get you out, man. Yeah, we are. Have that little bolt, and then we can start working our way up here, and then we can come back down to the final arm. Right there with you. Yes, sir. Pretzels are the move. Tell me you're in pocket of big pretzel. Nah, I mean, he's not saying it. The news articles are. I just got back from 2 weeks in Arizona, so I'm glad to be back with reasonable weather. Our weather here lately has been very good. You came back at a very good time. So, because lately, a few weeks ago, it was awful here. I know you remember that. Long Island pizza is the best. I've heard good things about pizza from New York. So, but my favorite pizza is Detroit style pizza. No one tell him said that. I'm sure maybe he'll read the chat log. Voxus, if you want to, we're coming out for games tomorrow. You are more than welcome to come out and play. Brave of you to admit growing up on Long Island. Yeah, I don't know what any of that means. Isn't that just square? So Detroit pizza isn't that it's square. The shape isn't what it matters. It's the crust. It's like it has a like a 1-inch thick like crust, and it's like it's like a crispy crust. So it's like pan pizza, but like the crust is like extra crispy, like a brownie. I come out of Virginia is a bit of a trek. I think you could do it in like a day's walk, right? It's not too bad. There's still so much left. Maybe this guy is not getting finished tonight. We'll see. But like still, I mean, in 2 hours I've gotten this far and I'm like happy with this. That in itself is its own victory. Guys, who would have thought non-metallic metals, even the quick versions, still take a little bit longer than normal? I do think what's missing up here and what's selling it in the front is here and on the other parts there's dark blue in the shadows, which is like giving that like that extra depth to it, which is not in some of the gun bits. Shocked. I know. I'm out here learning for y'all. Don't worry. Someone's got to. I was just never a fan of pots. And then like that was before I got into airbrushing, and now that I use airbrush as like one of my more common tools, I like do not and will not ever like enjoy a pot again. Even my primer that comes in a pot gets immediately transferred to outside of the pot. That's my gloss black. But like, yeah, this is my favorite like gloss black. Where is it? Nope, that's my other gloss black. There it is, pre-mixed, ready. So, and then yeah, here's my primer. Just pre-mixed, ready to go. Oh, actually, you were here. So that's why I did the dark blue, is because like the whole thing I wanted to do this guy blue, just try it. I have been doing that exact thing you're talking about. But this is my triad for red. I'm starting with a dark purple, going into a medium red, then my normal red. And like my new Dusk Army will have a universal shadow of like purple, and like this guy's universal shadow is blue. So you're saying you can send me all of your P3 pots and paints? I don't have that many in pots anymore. I've like traded them with a local. I still have some in pots. There are some in pots still. Now we should do this back here. Sketch out these lines here. Yeah, the whole with this like whole like quote unquote technique is literally just like leaving the blue and the purple in the shade. So like you're like going straight to your midtone, you're not base coating. Which is kind of weird at first, but like once you do it a little bit, you kind of get used to it and it kind of all starts to flow. Rich for paint. I'm gonna relocate this shadow to there. Actually, just gonna go pretty broad with this one. Same with this one. I wonder if they'll have anything for Warfare Weekend pretty cool paint-wise. That we can definitely just not... We could be like, hey, hi, you got some paint for us, buddy? And totally now make it weird. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll be at Nova. I don't know if Rich and them are... I don't know if, like, that whole team... I know some of them are showing up. I don't know who. You just have to look intimidating? I don't know if I can do that. Some people have told me I can do it, and then I'm just like, I don't know, man. I smile too much. I get a little too excited when I see war dollies on a table. Their contrast paint there, they do have a pretty good presence. They might announce them or like have something for them. That'd be kind of neat. I don't know when that's coming out. I had heard that in like the paint groups I'm in. I don't think Dr. Robotnik can be intimidating. He's right. He's right, Ryan. I don't know. Let me get my stuff in focus actually. He has a correct point. I don't know if I can be intimidating because of that. And my mustache has been growing extra well lately. Slowly getting there. I have this. I gotta touch that up. Water out of my brush. Make you a little bit more scratchy. Make you a little bit more scratchy. this number right here. This guy right there. I can paint a little bit more of these bolts. Even this out a little bit. All right, that's that. Let's do this top layer here. Okay, all right. Just dropping the model on the part I just painted. Lovely. Love that. My cloth is a bit different than yours. I use Scorn Red, Red Kadar Red into Inferno Orange. Kind of want it nice and bright. That's fair. I'm trying to avoid orange a little bit for the highlight. Mostly because one of the other colors on the model is going to be orange. And I didn't want my highlights to be the same color. I'm still like, and like, by the way, that is still I am playing around with that scheme. Dude, that is a not set in the stone scheme yet. I did get my water slides in today, though. They just arrived today, actually, for my Ava unit Phantasm. Phone buzz buzz on the most important part, his face. And then you gotta do the bolts. I'm gonna take a little break, so I want a drink of water before I dehydrate myself. I will be right back, chat. And then we will. I'm gonna stay up and finish this step because I want to finish this step. And then we will move into our highlight of it. So I'll be right back. All right, hydration has occurred. I'm ready to go. And then we can knock this out. Too much paint on my brush. Zoom back in. Oh, I don't even have chat up. Oh, how am I supposed to read what you guys are saying? But now my tablet's charged. I can read what you guys are saying on this. All right. Here we go. We are done that. We need to do that. We need to do these. Make sure that's in view. It is good. All right, I'm outie. Hey, Brian. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. Good to see you, and sweet dreams. And remember, you're a great painter too, man. Don't beat yourself up. You're a good painter. Now that we're into the home stretch here, doing well on time. I got some energy in me now. It's crazy what just a little sip of water will do. A little sip of water and a little movement of the legs. We'll just match this line right here. Oh, I gotta turn this off. Hang on, I can't see. Where's my stream? Edit video. I can't see customization. Turn that off. Save. The way you get better at painting is by watching Ice King. I don't know if that's the correct statement, Pulse Gate, but I do appreciate it. What's going on, man? We're just messing around with stuff tonight, man. Love the skin and work on this guy. Keep up the great work. Good night, man. Thanks for stopping in. I do appreciate it. Take it easy. But yeah, we're making some decent progress here on this guy. Looking down on that, I need to add a little bit of the scritchy scratches right here. And focus. And then this back one. I was gonna use Captain Red, but I found it was too big of a jump from Caldor Red, which is a weird since it used to be the highlight color. Oh yeah, because Captain Red's now orange, right? Like almost orange. And like I ask you this, and I could literally look to my left and see the paints if I wanted to. The angle here on my brush is the tricky part. It's almost a bright ochre. Interesting. Look at that. That guy's looking pretty sweet. Focus on it, please. Yeah, we just have the axe left. Makes you want to get your own? Dude, you should. This model's awesome. Can confirm this model's pretty sweet. And he works for gravediggers, so you'd have a model for your army. So the way this guy works, I don't know if you know like the rules with him and stuff, is he is a super junior is what they call it, I think. Basically, he's a mercenary. He will work with any army. Now, Flindo, would you get this guy to paint, or for like a paint competition model, or would you get like Carver to do that? Because I mean, Carver would also be really good for that too. Technically, he's not a warjack. Just saying, he's a monstrosity. They're different. Give me some paint here. Some of it off. He's basically a war beast. Yeah. He's just a war beast you don't have to allocate focus to each turn. And eventually you'll get a Garlgast. Kind of just placing these lines. I'm kind of just having fun with it. There's no like there's not a lot of rhyme and reason for how I'm doing it. But that's quite all right. We're just painting. Getting a feel for how to like sketch in the lines and stuff, because that's like half the battle. Sure, eventually. Yeah. Monos don't disappear. Especially new ones. You got plenty of time for that guy. Who knows? Maybe maybe a Canadian event will have a prize support of it. You never know. this is actually all NMM too. Yeah, old models in Warmachine are also, yeah, they're pretty. They're not too bad to come by. Which is a good thing. I know I've thought about picking up some of my old rep models. Just would be a lot of work to do. So how is this? The light is coming from here, so it's going to be looking like this. So I did that side wrong, which is fine. We live and learn. Thin this down a smidge. And then we have this big area up here. This is where we're going to see how much of how good at squares I am. As we talked about, the light's coming from this direction, so it's going to hit the top of this hammer mostly. Like this. Also fine. I don't think anyone's gonna get mad at you for having a model that you want that's hard to find. This isn't like a GW game where like, oh, is it forecast? Where's the certificate? Kind of thing. And then on this, we want to do. I'm gonna draw these lines like this. And I'm totally guessing here on how this works. I really don't know. But I'm gonna go with it's gonna work something like this. Those pictures of your old armies are freaking amazing. Yeah, that army actually, what's crazy is that army took me a month to paint. I painted that army in a month. Like, in a whole month, I painted that whole Retribution army. That was all done with Slapshop and speed paints. And I sped through that army. It was fun, though. Like, I enjoyed the process of, like, how much could I get done in a month if I just if I did only this, like, literal speed technique. I should carry around that certificate. I'm good. I own a real Forge World model, and it's very cool. It is out of print, and like one of my favorite models I own that I have not worked on yet. But it doesn't have a cert, but it's not a big enough model to have one. It's the if you know it, it's the Orc Chinork. Like one of the coolest orc models ever made. Oh yeah, speed paints is like a really valid technique, and like there's so many ways you could like make it super cool. Oh, that line's too thick. That was all just off. I think I need to push that back a little bit, which is easy enough to do, and I can do that right now and show you how, and push back some of these edges that are a little too much. This is like the first one that I'm like, it's a little too much. Just get a little bit on the paintbrush. And then we just work it back in. Yeah, that looks way better already. Sweet. Remember when they first came out, people were... Oh, yeah. I know... Like, I have an entire orc army that's just, like, unpainted. And I know at some point I'm gonna want to paint it. But it's gonna, like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to, like, paint the whole army in, like, a decent enough amount of time. It's gonna have to be speed painted for me to paint it, get it painted. And like Warmachine's definitely got me playing painted more. I enjoy playing painted more now because of Warmachine. It's also taught me that like there's no way humanly possible without it being your literal job and paid lots of money for you to play like at 100% skill level paint army, because your skill level like constantly grows too. So like even if you paint your first orc boy at 100%, your second orc boy will be a different 100%. So how I did that? It's because you're a legend, dude. That's impressive. $6,000 points of goblins is a lot of goblins. I don't know how many points of orcs I have. It's at least 2,000. plus a Stompa. So I picked up one of the kits that had a Stompa in it. Because it's like, it was one of those childhood models I always wanted to own. So I'm an adult now, I have adult money, I decided to buy it. I just need to do a little bit right here. And then seal that in. Yeah, look at that. That's a whole model NMM in an hour and a half. Hour and 45 minutes? I'm like totally okay with, let's just try an edge highlight and see how we like it. Like go one step up, see if we like to do it, because it's nearing my end of my night for painting. I wanted to give myself 2 hours of stream. Oh, I forgot to do the bolts in the top. I need more paint anyway, so. See, that's why you gotta get the China cast version of that. And it won't be 700 Canadian. All right, let's do these bolts up top and then this little bit up here. But you are right. The Squiggoth is like one of the coolest models out there. All right. Now these bolts are just going to be interesting here. We do a line off of this bolt, and we do a line off of this bolt. I just flat out just drop my brush. Nice. Yeah, with that, you could probably buy, like, what did you say? You could buy 3 Garl gas. I think we can both certainly agree you do need 3 Garl gas. Just like you need 3 Phantasms. Sorry, I'm painting off camera a little bit. Just these bolts are a little awkward to get to. Cool. Now that's the last of that. Now we can try to add some color to it. Have they confirmed each army is going to get their own 120 model? Like Gravediggers will have their own? Yep. Gravediggers, Old Umbry, and... Okay, they didn't explicitly say Gravediggers. But OU and Kithgard, they both confirmed that they will have a 120 mil. As to what it will look like or what it'll be, that is unknown right now. But off of that assumption, we can tell that Gravedigger is going to have one. So you can only field 2, but 3 is necessary. Yeah, you need 1 to practice on. All right, we have our new highlight mixed in. Let's see how it looks. Let's see if it's worth our time. We're just going to be touching little, like, top parts of all the metal. Maybe that's not a big enough jump. It's not bright enough. Is he done yet? Almost. We have this little bit of paint to do to see what color we want for our final highlight on the enema. We finished the sketching of it. So now we're just going to test what color we want the little brightest little dots to be. Going through and picking out all the little bright little areas. What do you think? Let me get a little bit more on the model so we can get a good tell of it. Put it in some of these. Put it like on this edge right here. Like it probably does need like an extra like layer or two in between. We just hit this in all like the most upward facing angles here. Let's see, let's get this all in focus here so you guys can tell me. Oh, it came out of focus. Lovely. What do we think of this little area right here? I expect a video next week or you're grounded. Damn, dude. Brutal. But that's actually when this video is coming out. It's coming out next Wednesday. So, I'm in luck. I won't be grounded. Thanks, Dad. And then we can do it on some of these parts because this will be easy to see. An even smaller line down the middle. Sketch it out a little bit. I definitely need more paint on my palette here. This is the problem with pots, is it's not enough paint. Or you didn't get enough out. With your friends when it's finished. Look, I don't even have an Xbox, so what are you gonna do now, huh? I think that is selling the effect way more. So I think we're going to do this as the final jump. But that means I got to go over the whole model again, which means we'll probably run out of time. I have 5 minutes left. But that's okay. Means I have something to paint tomorrow. Make sure this whole area is done at least, so that way when I start tomorrow, I know where to start from. Looks so shiny. Yeah, I think that looks good. Which means we need to do a little bit more in the middle here. Not too much more on these larger panels because I don't want it to eat up the whole thing. Just adding in that little bit of difference in color. %90 done on fire. Cool. Heck yeah, dude. They were both making great progress. Right. What kind of brushes do you use? I go to your local craft store and I see what's on sale. If it's not on sale, I don't buy new brushes. These are like some, this is like a 10-0, or this is a very thin paint. thin brush. Yeah, I don't do anything. I don't have anything fancy. I ordered some Artis Opus brushes with the P3 Kickstarter, so I will be trying those out when they get here. But like, I have never been a big fancy brush user. Maybe I will be if like, if I really like them. But I can't like recommend it. But yeah, I just use cheap synthetics for most of my work. And it gets the job done. So I do have one Winsor & Newton brush that I've been like, I use on like very rare occasions. And I probably will use more often as I start painting my desk, because that's an army I really do care about. Thoughts when I try them? Yeah, man. I don't get those brushes till next year. I might pick up 1 or 2 at Nova. So we'll see how my Nova spending budget goes. But yes, like as he said, cheap synthetic brushes work just fine. Like I own like a 20 pack off of Amazon that like I use for a lot of my stuff, and then I just like, if the brush gets bad enough that I don't want to use it, I just throw it away. Because they're so cheap, it does not matter. Probably gonna finish this torso here, and then that'll be it for the night. And we can finish the rest tomorrow. A little bit more water into this paint. Then we can just do right here, right there, a little bit right there. You got LVO out there. There's a few cons out there for you. Yeah, Nova's this, and then we have, well, there's St. Louis, that's in the middle of the country. Cool. All right, that is enough for me tonight. But yeah, I wouldn't stress brushes, man. Like that's not a thing to like worry about. Like, oh, if I don't use these brushes, I'm not gonna be good. That's not, no. This guy is looking pretty sweet so far. Where's my phone? Take a picture. Oh, you know what? I'm so dumb. I forgot to do all the metal on the base. Oh boy. Yeah, tomorrow's stream is gonna be interesting. Oh well. All right, my peoples, my lovely, lovely peoples. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. It has been a wonderful stream. I do appreciate y'all stopping in, hanging out, chatting with me, keeping me company while I paint. We'll be live around the same time tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Doing these kind of daily streams as time goes and getting ready for Nova. We'll probably do a stream on Wednesday as well. Thursday, maybe, maybe not. And then Friday, I go to an event. I'll be back next week where we'll do Tuesday and Thursday streams. Have a wonderful night. Have the bestest of sleep, because remember, sleep's important for your recovery and just being overall pretty good. Hydrate and all that stuff. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And I bid you adieu. Bye-bye.
School.